Welcome to 40 Minutes, Episode 3. This week it will be like the other weeks, almost 40 minutes. I'm Matthew with Nick.
I'm Nick.
And who are the other two people?
Men in Black.
I'm Rihanna.
So Matthew, Nick, Men in Black, and Rihanna. This
Street
week,
gangsters.
this week on the program, since we've been doing this since episode 3, we all ran out of stuff to talk about. So we're gonna stare at you guys for the duration of this.
This is my thing. I just don't think that you should watch this.
Why not?
Because I have phone calls to make.
You have phone calls to make.
Yeah.
You realize, like, most of this was your idea.
Well, I mean, yeah, but people are blowing my pager up, and I need to make these calls.
You do look like a 90s rapper.
Well, what is your so last week you told us about your new rap career. This week, are you breaking into a new genre?
Yeah, EDM.
Oh.
He's gonna conquer it all.
I've opened up for Skrillex 7 times.
What's your EDM? What's your DJ name?
DJ Sunflower.
It's really deep.
And we have merch.
You already have better merch in the 1940s. That's insane.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Well, EDM pays more.
Was that a chew toy?
I don't care what you do after you buy it.
I'll take 20.
So, Josh, how you been, bud?
Oh, I'm doing awful. I'm having
Josh,
the
why you
worst
got
time of my life
sunglasses
right
on?
now.
There's no sun where you're at.
That's because all the windows are actually closed.
John, that's because Josh is cool.
And I don't. If you look really closely in the reflection of your sunglasses, I don't have a candle like that. So you're manipulating the lighting. That's not okay.
I like this. I like my room to smell good, Josh.
It needs it.
It really does.
So, Nick, how's it hanging?
Very, very low. Almost to the ground.
Does that get you some unwanted attention?
I want all the attention, so it's definitely wanted.
How does your wife feel about that?
She's terrified. Nightmares every night.
Isn't it a little dangerous? Aren't they like a hazard to have them so low to the ground at this young of an age?
No, that just means I chose my career wrong. Yeah, I can't run. Yeah. I try not to trip.
It's a good thing you're the drummer. You can just sit.
Yes.
That's actually how I get.
Does it feel like you're playing hacky sack with yourself?
Yes.
Or
ouch. And ouch. Very ouch.
You know what I actually meant was sack racing, when you put your leg in with someone else's leg in a bag.
Yes.
That would be like you.
Hold on.
Like
I
your
want
dick
pause
in
there.
one of your legs.
I want to pause there for a second. Is that still? Do you think so? Every now and then there'll be like ESPN, the O Show, and they'll show like weird sports. They'll show like axe throwing. They'll show like weird darts. They show all kinds of shit on there. Do you think they have like sack racing championships?
I sure hope so.
My sack is very slow.
How do you guys feel with this whole thing? There's been no sports on. They're just showing old reruns. For me, it's been really difficult because there's been no sports to watch at all.
Thank God.
The Last Dance.
The Jordan documentary is so good. It's unbelievable. Even if you don't like basketball, it's incredible.
It is so good.
There's never been someone so determined to win.
Besides me.
Besides Matthew. Well, they're making a documentary about Matthew. So but it won't be out till
only
2036.
Yeah, it'll be streaming next year in Singapore.
Yeah, I meant to ask you guys because you all watch basketball and other sports, I guess hockey, but I haven't noticed it because I only watch football, and hopefully this is over by by September. But who the hell knows anymore?
Yeah, it is
So-
weird. Like they did like horse with NBA players, former NBA players, and WNBA players.
There we go.
It was okay. John was like trying to get into it, but they're trying their best, I guess, to entertain people.
Right, of course.
I think the next step is going to be when they get testing. You can do a lot of tests and it doesn't cost a lot. They're going to start it up with no fans in the audience, and then we'll just have to watch competitive sports without an audience till 2021.
You think it's going to lose its flair without an audience?
Yeah, but I think that people are going to watch it regardless because there's nothing else on.
Yeah, the only thing people are watching right now, if you look at the ratings, is the news.
We know, I keep hearing that, like, we might be returning to the basketball season. There might be playoffs. Do we know anything? I haven't been keeping up.
So they might open facilities May 8th, but only in some states or some cities. So probably not. And that's they're getting pushback on it, So I don't even know if
I've been lobbying them. Single-handedly.
Which direction have you been lobbying them?
It depends on the team. So, like, certain teams, I want to do it because I know it's going to hurt them, and certain teams, I'm going to do it because I think it's in their best interest. Whatever works for the Sixers is what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to push.
Every time I look up any stats on the virus, like the death toll keeps rising in the United States. So, like, I'm afraid that we're gonna return back to work and everybody's gonna get sick. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big fear. Honestly.
Well, that's what's going to happen. They're going to open it up too early, and then more people will die than had to.
Wave 2.
Yeah.
America.
I know, it's so wonderful. Speaking of 2, we're putting out our second EP. When the EP, you like that segue? When the EP comes out, you should go listen to it. If you don't listen to it, that's fine. You'll be okay. But your life's going to be better if you do listen to it. So today we're covering track number 3 on Nightbirds.
Ooh.
That track is
Frank Taylor.
That track is Drank Taylor. One of our oldest songs also.
Yeah, all the songs you're going to hear from us are kind of old, or have been around for a while. We just didn't have the core to make them shine the way we do now. So that's why you're getting them a little late. But
I don't think
that don't mean nothing.
I don't think anyone's worried about that because it's new to them. So
yeah,
it's gonna be new to them,
and it's still relevant. Besides that one song that we have written called 2013, This Is What I Did Today. But other than that.
So what's John? You're already talking. What's your take on Drank Taylor? What do you feel about that song?
All right, so that song's written actually about my best friend named Frank Taylor, and shout out to Frank Taylor. We call him Drank because he every drink that he has is already in the past tense.
Such a great name.
But that song's basically me giving Frank relationship advice because I'm the Goomba guru.
Also as the Goomba guru.
Yeah.
Is that a new character?
That's my stage character. That's my EDM character. Yeah, Drank Taylor's. Drank Taylor's about my friend Frank, me giving him advice, and because he was talking to this girl that didn't really have his best interests in heart, and I think that she was just toying around with him. So it was basically me saying, Frank, leave that hoe.
Yeah, that's understandable. I remember.
When is this story from? I don't remember hearing the story.
Oh, she was dating some girl when we were teenagers. Or not even
Oh,
dating
wow.
her. It wasn't even dating. He liked her. She was kind of leading him on.
I think it was mostly online communication as well.
No. She lived in South Philly.
Oh, okay.
And like I think they made out once or twice, but that was it. But he was like, he really liked her, and she was like just being it was teenage stuff, and I was just like, dude, this is nonsense. This is nonsense, Bo. That's what I
I feel
said.
like you have a lot of stories from your younger years that you could just make albums worth of stories out of, honestly.
Are you
Yes.
worried that you're not going to have anything to write about once you run out of
No.
stories from your youth?
No, I keep making stories. It just takes me a while to get to them.
But you're pretty old now.
Yeah, you're getting old.
I am.
Well,
You know
you
what
can just
though?
make up stories.
But like I'm not even close to my prime yet.
When do you think? I think my prime is like 68.
I think my prime. No, I think my prime will be like 39, 37, 38, around that area.
You have to conquer more music genres first before you hit your prime.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it.
We believe in you, John.
So
Every
Josh,
week.
so
Yes.
Josh, being someone who was around the songs for a while, I always remember Drank Taylor being the song not being as prominent because of the style of song it is.
Yeah,
And
it's
it
kind of a
require a lot of
faster
work.
pace.
So what's your take on Drank Taylor as a song?
So I always liked it. It always reminded me of what's the album? An Arctic Monkeys' Favorite Worst Nightmare era song.
Yeah.
It really went through some interesting stuff as we recorded. Like there's a lot of, I feel like, hidden stuff and little gems for us that I don't know that it's gonna get heard by most other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really
Love in the
fun
mix.
I think me, you, and Nick had that one day where we messed around with like a million sounds and we found some great stuff.
Oh yeah, super excited about this one.
So am I. It's just a really, really fun one. I think people are gonna like it. Always gets the energy going when we play it live too. It's a really great song.
What is that? What's that elephant for, John?
Prosperity.
Works for me.
So Nick, what do you think? I think there's a lot of Nick on this song. In places, I'm serious. I mean, obviously he's a drummer. He's very prominent in every song.
There's some
You
thick
can't miss
Nick
him.
in this boy.
But
There's
more
some thick
so
Nick
than
in
that,
this album.
more so than that,
Yes, sir.
Nick did a lot of stuff on the songs that you're not gonna know. It just adds to the ambiance of the song.
He played some saxophone parts in this.
Yes.
Yeah,
I could play. I could
He
play
really
any
did.
instrument as long as it's MIDI and it's a keyboard. Yeah. Matthew, you mentioned last week that this was the first time that any of us recorded on tape, and again, we did that with Tony Mascara Jr. And
the man himself.
Yes,
Shout out.
he was up front with us in the beginning. He said, like he swears by tape machines, but he said they're known to have some goofy things happen with them. And
Oh
sure
my
enough,
God, yeah.
yes, unfortunately, something weird happened with the drum tracks on Drank Taylor, which required many hours of manipulation and editing, which
It's like a part 1 and a part 2. I think part 1, you sent over like all the files, and like it was like a big jump on the tracks. See, you worked on them before I did, really.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't want to give up on the song for a couple reasons. One, it's got the coolest guitar riff, which I guess was originally a saxophone riff out of any of our songs. you all know that I love progressive rock, and that riff just
Yeah.
reminds me of my younger years. And
Rock.
and lyrically, it's probably my favorite song on the album, just because in this, I guess you would call it a woke society, it's the one that's not, it doesn't have the character being somewhat of a jerk. It's like John kind of being the hero since he's a lyricist. And when you hear the album, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I was determined not to.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You saying that made me really think for a moment. I think 3 out of the 4 songs on this one, the character is kind of a jerk.
You know what though? We'll get to Pirate next week. I don't necessarily feel that way about Pirate, and I'll explain why next week. But you're gonna have to watch next week to find out why.
So, all right. So, summer song. People are going to interpret it probably different than how I wrote it, and I'm happy that they do that because that's really interesting. But yeah, I guess I was kind of a jerk off in that song. Am I right? It's kind of just about being a single guy, even though none of us really are. But it was, it's a different time. I wrote it and before. Like I don't consider that being a jerk. I consider it a red-blooded American.
I'm sorry, just looking at you right now, I
John's
swear
just
it's like
like
we're on an episode of like, does John have a short attention span or is he a model right now? It's really hard to tell.
If I was a model, it would be for Chunk Boys USA. That would be the magazine I'd be in.
No, you'd be one of those dudes when you're scrolling on Facebook and you're like, I found this brand new beard wash. It was the best beard wash I've ever used. Before that, my beard looked awful. Now my beard looks great, and I get all the girls.
Yeah, your beard does look nice today, John.
Oh,
So whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
It's coming in very nicely.
Thank you. What do you see
Beard looks like shit.
when we're like 5 more episodes in? It'll be out there here because I'm not shaving it.
Your face will be all sullen and drawn in.
Yeah. My name looks like it. My name looks like it should be like Chip Mandalay right now.
Yeah, no, but not Chip.
Sure.
Chit with a T.
Yeah, Chet Mandalay.
No, CHIT, like chit chat.
Oh, Chit, Chit. Yeah.
I actually thought you said Chip.
DJ Chit. So yeah, with Drank Taylor, there was a whole lot of
A lot of work had to go into that.
Whole lot of editing. I think that song probably required the most attention out of all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Drums,
Made a weird face because me and John.
bass, guitar, vocals, everything. There's an angry dog somewhere in our alleyway. They don't like Drank. That dog does not like Drank.
That's our grandmother actually.
So I think one cool thing about Drank Taylor too has always been at a lot of points in the songs there's just bass, guitar, and the lead guitar are all playing the same thing. I mean, it's kind of just a 3-octave.
Yeah.
So I guess I never thought about it the way Nick described it. It is kind of like a prog rock song that we have more so than the other ones.
We played a math rock show once, and and it was a terrible night. We went on at midnight.
Later than midnight.
It was kind of rough, but when we played Drank, that was like the most critically like people like that the most.
When I
and
played
it's
Drank.
because it's I meant to say we obviously, but when we played Drank, it was
an acoustic set.
I got all the applause.
Listen, we do actually do Drank Taylor acoustically. If you ever see that we're doing an acoustic show, come see us because we do a very interesting. It turns from, like Nick's saying, a 2.5-minute like Arctic Monkeys prog rock kind of weirder song to a John, it looks like you're like a what's that movie Signs where they have the tinfoil on their head except it's a hat.
Yeah. Nah, this is I'm Pope Johnny V right now.
It's a lot of Johnnies.
DJ personality number 3. So
I'm a night bird,
I don't even
bro.
remember what I'm saying. You ruined my train of thought. Okay. Acoustic. We do like a really cool, it's almost like a Western style version of Drank Taylor.
Yeah, country western.
My favorite part is
Cool.
that is the way John just rocks on one chord like the entire time.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's hard to keep pace and sing though. So if you ever want to see me struggle, listen to Frank Taylor.
All of our songs.
Yeah.
You ever want to see
I'm
John
just struggling
struggle? You ever
internally.
see-
Just
I
watch
was-
this
I was gonna say,
podcast.
you ever want to see John struggle at any time? Just look at him.
I ain't struggling now. I'm Chili Diesel. They call me.
you should say I'm eating good. I'm eating good now. Everyone wanted
If
to.
I'm eating, we all eating.
No wonder why us three are hungry. So I think that kind of puts the cap on Drake Taylor. I think it's a song that we're all really proud of.
Yeah, no cap.
And I think the cool thing about this record is more so than any other experience we've done, everyone's has their hands in it a little bit more, and we have a lot more time with the songs, which is always good for the songs.
Yes.
Always
Mixing.
good.
That's that's probably our most chunky tune.
Drake Taylor.
Yeah,
Man, that's pretty chunky. I don't know.
Of the four.
Pirate's pretty chunky.
But
too.
out of the four, it definitely required the most work in post
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Mhm.
yeah.
It was the
hitting my head
quickest
against
to
the wall.
record and the longest to fucking mix and master.
Oh yeah,
True.
it was pretty tough. So
All right, so that's
moving
Drake
right
Taylor.
along.
That's Drake Taylor, and Nightbirds is out May 8th. You can listen to that May 8th.
May 8th.
Everything else. Also, check out the Marconi EP, which is already out, if you haven't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, so we're doing something exciting.
Big announcement. Drum roll.
I like how Nick's not doing the drum roll. Just tap your- There we go. So we're doing the 1940s song for song college basketball style bracket. We didn't actually make the bracket yet, but we do have 32 songs that are going to go head to head to win the 1940s song versus song championship. We did 2 practice runs with or without you versus Every Breath You Take and Dance with Somebody versus Uptown Funk. And Whitney and U2 both won them, but they don't count. This is the nitty gritty, people. We're in it now. This is the beginning of the playoffs. Game 1 is a huge 90s rock.
Mm-hmm. Big run showdown.
Big run showdown. It's Nirvana's Come As You Are versus Pearl Jam's Even Flow. Josh, go first.
I
Oh
should say
shit!
though,
You're putting me on the
first.
spot, and I'm going first.
Josh, the sunglasses, the hair, the headset that you're wearing makes you look lit right now.
You look like
You look like a
the
pilot.
Stone Age's piano player. Yeah, I don't know if they have a piano player, but
I was gonna say I don't know who that is.
They
you
do
look
now.
like Lilac Turner.
So I've gone back and forth on these two. I feel like I came in biased. I never, to my knowledge, ever heard Even Flow ever before this.
Oh wow, really?
Wow.
Not at all.
Not
and
even on
as I've
Guitar
been,
Hero?
it was on Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I think
so, yeah.
3 maybe.
Yeah, it was.
2 or 3.
That's how I heard it
Anyway.
originally.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. It must have been one of the early ones. But
Yeah.
So with the other ones, I kind of came in kind of knowing where I would fall. This one, I'm still making up my mind as I'm thinking and talking right now.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, I am. I really thought I was gonna go with Come As You Are, and what changed my mind, and it's gonna be different for everyone else. I don't think any of you did this. I ended up watching live versions of both of them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I ended up
Oh, I
watching
like
live
that.
versions, and the live version of Come As You Are, in comparison, really let me down. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
Flow, the song, and then starting with the song, it's just been consistently good. I've been listening to it. And then with the live version, I was like, wow, it's actually really good live. They bring the energy. Whereas Come As You Are, like the vocals sucked, the guitar was tinny. I end up going with Even Flow this week.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
The thick boy
Nice.
decision.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm gonna just go on it and weigh in because I'm excited to jump into this. Even flow versus come as you are. I saved it until right before we started. I listened to both of them like a half hour ago, and I listened to come as you are a little bit more than even flow, but I kind of like both bands the same. I don't really have a favorite between the two of them, so I was like really, 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 really tough for me to pick which one. So my thoughts about both of them were come as you are. I think it's really hard to say as far as production goes which one I like more because I think they're very, very different songs. Come as you are is very dry. The drums are super dry, and what really brings that song out is all the guitars bring that song out, and really, really good vocal work in the studio. Whereas Even Flow is more just like Pearl Jam as a band in a huge room, and Eddie Vedder screaming his face off, and you have no idea what he's saying. But I feel like Even Flow is an energy song with a extremely awesome riff that I really like, and Eddie Vedder screaming "yeah" is like cool as shit. But I think song structure wise, I didn't read Even Flow's lyrics. I couldn't understand Eddie Vedder's words. I just tried to listen to the songs for what they were, and not like read about them. But I think I might give if we were doing it by points, Come as You Are would win by like a point.
Oh wow!
Oh, okay.
Just by like 1 point,
Awesome.
because I like the song structure. I love the guitar work. I love the break in the solo. How it's the length of a full verse. I thought that's ballsy to do. I don't know. I liked it. I like that song a lot, and I think Dave Grohl's work on that song is incredible. Because his background vocals on that song are killer, and he sounds just like Kurt Cobain. And
Very
I
well
swear,
said.
I don't have a gun, and then the guy kills himself with a shotgun. I mean, that's just crazy.
Or did he?
Oh wow.
Or did he?
Can I interject with one point I remembered I found out earlier today?
Please do.
Absolutely.
So apparently, this is according to like from Spotify's Genius thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, the solo is just meant to like mimic what he does vocally, like melody-wise, throughout the song, which I never actually noticed. But I noticed it wasn't a traditional solo. I just found that very interesting earlier.
Another note, very interesting note. Very good choice they did, which in this production done correctly and not production just for the sake of having production. The solo is panned slightly left and right the whole entire duration of it in Come As You Are. And I also thought
But it goes like this?
Yeah.
Goes back and forth?
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Now that you're saying that, I hear that. I thought it was the effect.
So I thought that was a good way to tell the story. I also think that the idea of Come As You Are is a great idea, too. Like we accept everyone for who they are in this space.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Nicholas.
Yes, my turn. I once last week when John you gave us these two songs, in my head I kind of thought I knew who I was going to pick automatically, but I did what Matthew did, and I listened right before we started recording, and I think both bands are kind of notorious for not knowing what the hell they're saying. Both
that's a little that's grunge in general.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a big thing for me too, deciding which one was the vocals. So I listened to Come As You Are first, and I already kind of knew what those vocals were, what the lyrics were, and I listened to some version of Even Flow. It was like a mix of the album song, the album version, and a live version, and for the first time ever, I kind of could understand the lyrics. Whatever Vivo version was, like I felt like his vocals were way more clear than when I just hear the audio. And once I figured out what Eddie was saying, I think my choice is Even Flow now.
Wow.
I think it's
wow.
just a more interesting vocal line. That's probably my second favorite Nirvana song, but comparing the two, I'm going to go with Pearl Jam, Even Flow.
So far,
Solid.
with all these choices, this is not shaking out how I expected at all for all of us.
I can imagine.
John, let's
all right. So I like Pearl Jam a hell of a lot better than Nirvana. So I didn't think that this would be close for me. But like Matthew said earlier, the song structure wise and just the song itself, Come As You Are is a better song. Come As You Are is recorded cleaner. Come As You Are is produced better. I actually, even though Eddie Vedder's screaming and having fun, I think that Kurt's vocals are better. I think the performance is better. I just like that song a hell of a lot better. And I didn't think I would, but like I listened to Even Flow. I listened to them both like 4 times a piece. And Even Flow, I got sick of it halfway through the first time.
Ooh.
Like it was just like we get it. We get it. You're screaming. It's like, all right, cuz. So I'm picking Come As You Are, which is really exciting because now we get to use the fan vote. So
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
know if
we're
I
split.
told anybody else. It's when every Monday we're going to put out a poll on our social medias, song versus song, what song we're doing next week, and our followers will pick and choose. And if we tie, that's the game breaker. That's the tiebreaker. Is the
Ooh.
followers.
Unless they don't vote,
I like
then
it.
we flip a coin.
Well, if
We can do that.
someone's bound to vote, but we actually got good reception. We got I think
Yeah, we did.
20-something voters. So,
All right. So what did the people say?
by a landslide, over
seen the numbers.
75%, Even Flow won.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So against the McCara brothers, Even Flow is going to the next round.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm
Yep.
shocked.
I do
couldn't believe it
declare.
myself. I couldn't
Wow.
believe it myself. So congratulations. This is a fan victory. Even Flow is the winner.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome.
this was I
Congratulations.
love this so much. We have 15 more, and then we go on to the next round.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited for this too.
I'm
I
so pumped
enjoy
for
this.
this.
Do we know
Yeah.
next week's songs already?
Are we gonna? So
Yes, we do.
So we're
Should
gonna
we
announce
announce
them
them?
now. Let's announce it now, so everyone knows what we're thinking about. And we'll put out our fan poll the day before. So everyone should know this is released on Tuesday. Monday, everyone will have a chance to vote.
All right,
Where are
ready?
they voting?
My eyes are shut. I'm going
Where
to
are
pick
they-
it random. I have
Instagram,
all the
Instagram. It's going to be on Instagram stories.
Instagram and Facebook stories.
Instagram and Facebook stories. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to pick completely at random. Give me a second. I'm going to scroll through the whole thing. Not scroll through the whole thing. I'm going to use the mouse. My eyes are shut. I'm completely away from them. Hold on. Fuck.
Yeah, we
This is
see.
really
The thing
exciting.
we don't have Zoom. Yeah, we're running out of time. We don't have Zoom Pro. Nah, we got
All
like
right,
4 minutes
so-
left. We're good.
4 minutes left.
We got 4 minutes
right.
left.
Ready? I'm going to pick Teenage Dream by Katy Perry versus Super Bass by Nicki Minaj.
Oh
Yes,
no!
it's gonna be such a great week next week.
Oh no!
Yes,
Oh,
yes. I love both of them songs. It's gonna be hard.
That's
Can we
gonna
say
be
which song we hate the most?
tough. So that's
However you
next
want to do
week.
it.
That is next week. Teenage Dream versus Super Bass. Nicki versus Katy.
Boy, I need you in my life for me to stay.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We've been the 40s. You've been the
Thank you.
The
40
generous
family.
public. Tune in next
So-
week, every Tuesday on our YouTube channel for this show. Every
Yep.
Thursday, we're going to be putting out our quarantine concerts that we've already played on YouTube. Tune in Sunday to watch the quarantine concerts live and just to hang out with us for a little bit if you want. You can vote for what song you think is going to win on Monday. Everyone stay safe. Wash your hands.
Wash
Use
your
good
hands.
Judgment, okay?
Good judgment.
40's out.
Salute.